Good morning and welcome to Life Rhythms, Tarot, Food, and Spirit. So today we're coming to you from the kitchen area, and I wanted to do a simple roundup here of what's been going on in food world over here. And also I've been in conversation with one of the viewers, and she's talked to me about wanting to explore some how to work with duck, and so that's going to be coming up. And this brought me to the thought that if any of you have some ideas about what you'd like to see me talk about, or any foods that you might be interested in exploring but maybe haven't worked with yet, I would love to hear what you have to say. And if it's something that I have worked with, I would love to offer a video on that. So there will be a video coming up about duck in the next, probably within the next week. So for today, I wanted to just kind of round up what I've been eating in the past few days, the past few weeks. It's a weird time of year right now, between the holidays and everybody kind of getting over full on certain things, and also fresh produce, what's available, really narrowing in on root vegetables, things that can be cellared, fruits like apples and pears, squash, all things that I totally love. But when you start to get into this more reduced option area, and especially for me right now, because I'm not physically going into the markets and getting all of my senses attuned to what's around, because I usually respond that way to, it kind of wakens up my palate and desire for things. And so I'm having to go on sense memory, if you will. So that's one reason why we all have access to this ordering in, and Fresh Direct or Amazon, whoever's getting in the game of bringing us food now, even your local food purveyors. I know I avail myself of that. It distances us yet another layer from the food we're eating. So even though a lot of the food that I'm ordering or that's coming to me is from within a very local radius, I'm still very distant because I'm ordering it in, or somebody's doing shopping for me. So that's something to be aware of if you're having any kind of difficulty tuning into what you think that you want to eat. That could be one layer that's really missing from your process, going into the store or out to the market, and connecting directly with what's possible and available. So since I've been a little bit my partner in crime over here is waiting to eat his breakfast. Now, listen, I've talked about this before. We couldn't really be much different in terms of our food perspectives, in terms of what we crave to eat. Now, he completely loves the food that we make here,
Breakfast.
and gets the local, natural, know your farmer concept, and completely avails himself of all of the gifts of that in our kitchen. But he's his own human being, and we have to leave room for everybody to be who they are. So he's waiting to eat his, I think he ordered an egg sandwich. Was it an egg sandwich?
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. That's his go-to breakfast. It's a big practice, this practice of leaving room, non-judgment. They say we get into partnerships with people who challenge us. The best partnerships, I think, are people who challenge us, not just people who, you're all sailing on the same ship, want to go the same route to the same, as long as you your destination is lined up. If you have these varied ways of getting there, well, then you explore those varied ways. Otherwise, you're always going to be in conflict. Eat your sandwich. Back to what I've been thinking about lately with food. It's been really complicated for me because I've had the distance from the shopping. holidays, even though the food is all, homemade, handmade that I've been having, still just feel this kind of over fullness. So for the next couple of days, my version of paring back will be having baked apple, some baked squash, really simple, and some braised greens for the next couple of days. And then I'm hoping that my palate's going to wake up a little bit again. What we're doing right now is taking some beef shank. We braised some delicious beef shank. I'm very conscious of trying to get in some protein in that way. Animal protein, beef providing some iron, very blood building, which is necessary for me right now. So we braise some beef shank, and then of course I always like to make more, because then we'll have it and I'll make a soup out of it. I have a friend who's going to come and help me in the kitchen in the next couple of days, and we'll make a soup probably with farro, which is a very old strain of wheat. And sometimes people who have difficulty with wheat, unless they're true celiac diagnosed, if you just have a little trouble or reactive to wheat, sometimes you can eat these older strains, especially if they've been grown and harvested, as this farro that we have is from a local source. So I'm very lucky to have access to that. So most of the grains or even flours that we work with are coming from this grain project that is in upstate New York. So if you have any, I'll make a link in the comments below to that. And if you are in the area, I don't know if they sell. I know they sell in the green markets here, and I'm pretty sure that you can get some of their stuff online. I'll research that a little bit and put that below in the comments. But so that's really what I wanted to bring to you today, a little bit about the direction I've been moving in with food, and also wanting to hear from you guys what it is that you might want to hear about, or recipes or things that you haven't worked with. Talk to me and we'll make something happen. So for Beatrice out there, we will be doing duck in the next few days, next week or so, and that's what I have for you today. Until we meet again. Oh, we have some squash that was roasted. This is red curry squash, and that puffed up and deflated. He got all worried. They deflated. The apples are baking in the oven. The beautiful spinach the apples are done. I like them when they get almost like applesauce in the skin. Very easy to digest that way. So bake the apples, a little bit of butter, a little bit of raw honey.
A lot of butter.
Goat butter, a lot of butter. The recipe is apple, butter, honey, date, maybe a little bit of salt. I don't know if we put salt
butter,
on top.
Honey. Some more honey on top.
He does the apples really well. Now he's going to eat his sandwich with, I guess it's lunch and breakfast for him. All right. Thanks for listening to this ramble of Life Rhythms food segment. Until we meet again, be well.
Peace.